We move on to our second morning session, and this one is a double act, embodying the wonderful partnership of our two hosts of the summit that you're here for. Jennifer White's been a senior educator with the secondary sector in Victoria and Tasmania for over 20 years, which is astonishing given she looks 21 years of age. She is the project lead for CET's Insight Initiative. Her favourite sporting code is Theatre and the Arts. Patrick Ellis also looks about 23 years of age. He's a certified lead teacher, the education lead at Catholic Education Canberra, Goulburn. They are going to speak together. Oh, and his sporting code are the Penrith Panthers. Of course, he's proud and passionate for them. Their topic, a collaborative journey of two systems embracing a science of learning approach. Please make our hosts very welcome.
Well, good morning, colleagues, and I'd like to extend my warmest thanks again to each of you for being part of this very important collaborative learning journey. What a privilege this morning to hear from you, Pamela Snow, on the science of language and reading. Thank you for your insights and for your unwavering support as our critical friend, both here in Tasmania, but also our colleagues in Canberra, Goulburn. Thank you, Pam. When I first met Patrick Ellis and the Catholic Education Canberra Goulburn crew at a National Curriculum Directors meeting, my colleagues and I were immediately struck by the impact their commitment to a science of learning approach was having at a systemic level. Alongside our director, Dr. Gerard Gaskin, we knew this was the approach we needed at Catholic Education Tasmania, and so our collaborative journey commenced.
Thanks, Jennifer, and what a great collaborative journey it has been and continues to be. We stand here today not to say we have everything right. We have had missteps along the way, and it continues to be really hard work. But I think that it's the important aspect of working together, collaborating today, and supporting each other on the journey. Today, Jennifer and I will be sharing our collaborative journey in implementing a science of learning approach at a system level and the key elements to consider for your change journey. But first, to kick off, a little bit about the two of us.
So my name is Jennifer, and my role here at Catholic Education Tasmania is to lead the innovation and change that is necessary to embed the science of learning in every classroom, in every Catholic school in Tasmania, so that we can become the most improved education system in Australia.
And I'm Patrick Ellis. My role at CECG is Education Lead, meaning I oversee and support all schools with all things teaching and learning, including Catalyst. Like CET, we are striving to improve our classroom, schools, and as an education system, using teaching and learning as the key lever of this change. For context, Catholic Education Canberra Goulburn is comprised of 56 schools across the ACT and regional New South Wales. We have over 2,400 educators, made up of teachers, classroom support assistants and principals, and over 21,000 students, 21,902 to be precise. We have a unique setting of two jurisdictions, New South Wales and ACT. We have our smallest school of about 30 students in New South Wales, rural town to 2,000 students in an ACT college, and everything in between. Our journey in implementing the science of learning began officially at the end of 2020. However, throughout 2019 and 2020, we set out to understand how best children learn and how we can support our teachers to be empowered to deliver learning experiences aligned to this. In response, we developed two bold goals to steer our teaching approach, which our Director Ross Fox referred to earlier today. Every student is a competent reader, because reading is critical in learning, as he explained, moving our students from learning to read to reading to learn. And high-impact teaching practice is visible in every classroom, because we want all students across all of our schools to receive the same high-quality instruction that is evidence-based, effective and efficient. With our journey, it became clear that whilst we set out to do this on our own for our 21,000 students and 2,400 staff, sharing and collaborating together with other education systems was important to us. We don't do that as well as we should in education, and so began a connection with CET. Both systems are fully committed to exceptional evidence-informed science of learning principles to empower all educators in every classroom to help students grow in knowledge, wisdom and service, which is why we carefully designed our teaching approach known as Catalyst for Canberra Goulburn.
And Insight for Catholic Education Tasmania. Catholic Education Tasmania is comprised of 38 schools throughout the state, with 2,000 educators and over 16,500 students. Unfortunately, right now in Tasmania, we have increasing numbers of our students coming to our schools every year with extremely low functional vocab and underdeveloped oral expression, which we know are the core foundations of reading. We know that literacy competence impacts on each person's success in life, work, health and well-being, as well as being crucial to economic growth and productivity in our society. To address this, we knew we needed to improve our educational offering, and we have a bold goal driving this desire to be the most improved education system in Australia. In 2022, Catholic Education Tasmania launched its statewide literacy strategy, Literate Learners for Life, every student, every subject, every year level. Now, this system-wide strategy addresses student learning and quality life achievement by ensuring that every one of our students has the evidence-based reading and literacy instruction they require and deserve. We began to roll out the multi-lit suite of nationally recognised resources across our 38 schools. Now, at this point, my colleagues and I had heard of the great work taking place in Canberra and Goulburn, and we knew it was crucial that we reach out to them to find out what else we could do. Both approaches are based on the science of learning and reading and truly encompass the way we teach in every one of our classrooms. Our approaches are focused on delivering curriculum, one that is knowledge-rich. Pedagogy, high-impact teaching practices, how we teach. And assessment, system-wide protocols for assessing student achievement, how we know we are enabling all of our students to achieve their full potential. By focusing on these core elements of teaching and learning, we will support every student to grow in understanding and knowledge. Evidence now emerging from Canberra Goulburn is validating this approach and the growth of our students as they understand the communal knowledge needed to function and flourish in society and, in turn, build on their prior knowledge to respond in critical and creative ways to real-world problems and daily life challenges.
And it all starts with the teacher. Research tells us that we improve student learning by helping teachers become even more effective in their daily teaching practice. That's why both Insight and Catalyst are focused on supporting and empowering teachers with the skills and knowledge to deliver excellent learning for every student. This is done through high quality, specifically designed professional learning and coaching to ensure what is taught translates into the classroom. As we have progressed through our change journey, we have identified some key levers for our success we want to share with you today so you can consider these for your own practice change journey. Under the leadership of Director Ross Fox, we undertook an exploration of what was working or not across our system. What was the data telling us? What was the research and evidence telling us? And what were our teachers telling us? This helped us determine what we needed in curriculum, pedagogy and assessment, and that precise focus and support that schools and teachers needed. We engaged early with a design partner in Knowledge Society and began design and strategic planning to consider who we are, but more importantly, what we could be. Through this process, Catalyst was born.
Under Executive Director Gerard Gaskin's leadership, as a system, Catholic Education Tasmania committed to exceptional evidence-informed science of learning principles to empower all educators in every classroom to help their students grow in knowledge, wisdom and service. It was then that we set our bold goal to be the most improved education system in Australia, and with that, insight, our newly informed, innovative approach to teaching and learning was established. Insight has one single objective: to improve the learning achievement of every student in our schools. Both Catalyst and Insight are informed by the science of learning, the body of knowledge developed over decades of research on how students learn and the implications for teaching. Cognitive load theory, which was identified by Dylan William as the single most important thing for teachers to know. And of course, the science of reading, a comprehensive body of knowledge on how students learn how to read. This evidence base steers our combined teaching approach, the professional learning that we facilitate, and of course, our measurement metrics.
Validating our approach with experts across the field has enabled us to reflect on our priorities and focus on what matters most for teaching and learning. It is critically important, whether you are sitting here today the only person from your school, or a principal here of a school, or a system leader, that you build your network with those presenting today, those that are in attendance. It was important for us to recognise that we didn't have all the knowledge or expertise in the science of learning and the science of reading, so we needed to connect with those that did. It is important to seek that guidance. Surround yourself with those who can help, support, challenge and affirm what you are doing. Create a little ecosystem as such around you on your journey. You are here today. People here are your people. We, CET and CECG, can help you also. Whether you are a system leader or a principal, or perhaps your principal sent you here to then go back and lead in your school, whatever it is, the message is that you need someone or a team to lead this in your context. There are so many moving parts when it comes to change. So you need a passionate leader, open to learn, to pull the threads together to keep the momentum moving forward. This includes clear decision-making and oversight. Think deeply about who is undergoing the change. That might be the internal team leading this, the principals and school leaders, the class teacher. What do each level need to build their awareness, to foster their desire, build their knowledge, support the development of their ability and reinforce the change? You want to make things as easy as possible, so alignment from system, school and class is important. What needs to change? What do you need to let go of at all of those levels to ensure change moves just from implementation to embedding and sustaining that longer term for student improvement?
We think we're doing pretty well, but we understand that we can all improve. And we're cognizant that it's not about doing more. We're working hard to ensure we build resources and system-wide supports that will enable teachers to experience success in their classrooms. We continue to clarify our focus on what matters most for learning. Removing distractions has been crucial. We've distilled our focus to the teacher in the classroom, and our new professional learning model reflects this. Our unified system-wide effort and our focus together will make the difference.
And who will make that difference, Jen, are principals and leaders. Empower school leaders to implement practice change in their school. We have provided professional learning sessions to build their knowledge, supporting them to lead teaching and learning. Provided resources and facilitated guides for planning, delivery and implementation of professional learning. and continue monitoring and supporting that change. Someone to get alongside them, to help them on the journey. It is so important to support school leaders to implement the practice change and empower them to lead that change in their school. Principals need to be front and centre with the teaching and learning that is occurring in their schools.
So building a collective common understanding of what the teaching approach is and the evidence it's based upon is critical. To be successful, we needed to ensure everyone from our senior leadership to our teachers in classrooms to our support staff alongside them were singing from the same songbook. A pivotal shift in our understanding and confidence in this innovative approach to teaching and learning came after our senior leadership team and representative principals from our system were invited to the Archdiocese of Canberra Goulburn to see for themselves this shift to science of learning practice in action. Our leaders, Pat, as you know, were immediately transfixed by the high levels of engagement and rigour across primary and secondary classrooms. Students were immersed in their learning. They were deeply connected to sequenced knowledge-rich curriculum, with enthused teachers energetically embedding behavioural tactics to foster that student engagement and active participation throughout the entire lesson. We saw continuous feedback loops between the teacher and the student, regular checking in for understanding, and daily and weekly review routines embedded to support that permanent change in long-term memory. Another way that we've championed building collective knowledge is by bringing together our staff as a collective to engage in professional learning together. Our All System Day this year, 2023, was solely focused on teaching and learning. And we will be hosting 2 more All System Days this year as we work towards embedding this teaching approach across our network of 38 schools. We've also adopted online units through the work of Catalyst that provide that baseline knowledge on the key underpinning research. Knowledge shared with you in these units provide a strong foundation for practical application in the years to come.
That's right, Jen, that shared collective knowledge is critical. It's really important to note that change will not happen overnight. For too long in education, we've flipped from one thing to the other, often not based on any research or evidence, just reacting to poor student results and to be seen to be doing something about it. Starting on this journey, we committed to a long-term approach. Our theory of change was if we commit and focus on the teacher as the most important learner in our system, ensure they are supported with the knowledge and the support to translate that into their classroom with efficient and effective instruction, then student achievement will improve. All of our schools are on board, but of course we're dealing with people, so they're at different stages of implementation. And it was important to focus on the early adopters, those that could support us to bring on other schools and other teachers. This has also allowed us as leaders to get alongside them and learn with them as they undergo practice change. We have elected to design our own professional learning grounded in an evidence base with a 4-phased approach to learning. Educators across our systems participate in professional learning delivered by experts in their fields that covers the theory, the building of knowledge, the demonstration, translating that knowledge into the classroom and seeing what that looks like, practice, that having a go, and receiving the coaching and the feedback. Specifically, our professional learning focuses on how to translate theory into practice and receives that coaching and feedback piece. Setting out on our journey, you want to know how you are going and know that you've succeeded or succeeding. Clear monitoring of what is occurring in our schools is happening essentially like a case management approach where we think about each school as a case and what they need for their change journey. Undertaking regular check-ins and self-reflections surveys with teachers. Monitoring student growth. What is working, why not? And working with external bodies to validate that and that implementation, early implementation phase as you move to the sustaining and embedding.
And throughout this approach, we are aiming to foster a sense of community, where educators are empowered to collaborate, to share and network between schools and systems. We're focused on sharing expertise across the state. We're developing resources for use across year levels and subjects, and we're sharing learnings and experiences to guide colleagues' journeys nationwide. At a broader level, this National Summit is also a fine example of the sharing. It was an obvious step for us to engage with our colleagues at Catholic Education Canberra Goulburn and to embark on this journey together. And now we want to share this with you, the benefits of our collaboration.
And so important to acknowledge and celebrate success every step along the way. Highlight and spotlight that practice that you want to see as a school leader. Think about your communication plan. How will you maintain the momentum and celebrate that success throughout your journey from that early implementation and ongoing? Everyone wants to feel validated in the change and the hard work that they're undertaking. As I said, you are here for 2 days. Maximise that time. Connect with us from CET or CECG and our colleagues to talk about your journeys. Jump on the Catalyst website. There are a lot of resources and keynotes there that are freely available to support you in your knowledge building piece.
Please engage with our website and touch base with Patrick and I, as he said, and our team members, both Catalyst and Insight, over the course of the summit. We look forward to building a relationship with each of you as we learn and grow together in this evidence-based science of learning landscape. We love those conversations, and thank you for being part of the summit.
Thank you.
Thank you.